How's everybody doing? My name is Philip Anglade, and I am representing our channel called FX Pro Now. And what we're going to be speaking about today is what I call This Week in the Markets. And what I mean by This Week in the Markets, what we're going to be doing is seeing what trades are available, what the market is showing us, how we can be able to take advantage, and we're going to be looking at specific pairs. The specific pairs that we're going to be looking at are going to be specifically EURUSD. We're going to be looking at AUDUSD. We're going to be looking at GBPJPY. We're also going to be looking at USDJPY and then USDCAD. Those are the ones that we're going to be specifically looking at. Why? Mostly because those are like the major pairs when it comes to the Forex market. And then also another reason why is because they mostly correlate with each other. And I want to be able to make things as simple as possible for me. Because the thing is, if I'm looking at one pair, like, I don't know, something really, really off, and then I look at something that has nothing to do with it, for me, it may mess with me a little bit. But you can also say the fact that, you know, ones that are really, really close together could probably create a bias that's not even there. So you could be probably say the opposite, you know. But I don't know. I guess over time we'll be able to see. But I really appreciate your time as far as getting on here. All right, I'd love for everybody that can be able to hear me to go ahead and click that like button right now, so I can make sure that you guys can be able to hear me. Also, send a message in the comment section mentioning that you're on here as well. But not only that, but I would definitely love, as you're watching this, write down your questions, anything that pops up, and then at the end of this, what I would definitely love to know is what you have learned from today's session. I would love to know that information. Why? Because the thing is, if I know your questions, I know what to hit on next time. And then also, and then maybe I can give an answer right now. And then also, if you tell me what you've learned, it could be able to give me an overall perspective of what's really, really working and what I also have to work on in the future. So if anything, I'll definitely love to be able to get that feedback. So go ahead, don't be shy. Write your comments. Believe me, I was the guy that always asked the questions. But I think the people that ask the most questions are the one that learn the most. Maybe. So let's get started. And then also, I'm pretty sure you know we also have a giveaway that we're going to be giving away. For every first of the month, I give away I give away a free one-on-one, where what I do is I literally do a portion of my course, the 4-day course that I hold, and you can be able to have a piece of that 4-day course by getting that one-on-one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the people that took this last, who won the last one-on-one, would definitely say that they learned a lot. But not only just that, but they can be able to actually apply what they've been able to learn, which is really, really cool. All right. So I'm just going to kind of make this. That's not how. I'm not even going to change anything. So my usual chart does not look like this at all. I'm just going to cancel this. My usual chart does not look like this at all, but I guess we're going to have fun today, and we're going to do this from scratch. So if anything, you can be able to see how we can be able to put everything on here from scratch as well. So what I use when it comes to indicators, which I don't really use too often, are smooth moving averages. I also use a exponential moving average. Then I also use a MACD. Right? I doubt I remember the specifics when it comes to that MACD. And then I also use another indicator, but I'm not even going to put that on there. All right. I'm going to turn these off if I can. Hide. All right. And this may pop up being the fact that I'm not logged in. So why do I stress to you guys to make sure that you 3, 10, 16, if I'm not mistaken. Man, this looks so off. I'm not even gonna put this on. So why do I stress to you guys that you actually, what do you call it? That you actually have a paid for account? Because you're gonna see this thing that's gonna tell me, what's going on, Greg? You're gonna see this thing that's gonna pop up all the time saying that, oh, you need to make an account, you need to make an account, you need to make an account. So if you don't have TradingView and you're calling yourself a trader, well, I'll put it to you like this: it's gonna be way more difficult to trade without having charts, specifically TradingView. So if you don't have TradingView and you would like to have TradingView, and you also like to have a free month, there's actually a button in the description below that you can literally click that button and get your first month for free when it comes to TradingView when you click that button when you subscribe. So just letting you know. All right, so we're gonna look at EURUSD. Oh, actually, let's look at DXY. Real quick, so that we can be able to see what's been going on. So I'm going to start out the daily just to see what's been going on in the higher time frames, and then going down from there. So what we see here is the fact that price pushed up, pretty hard, and I'm going to be using this fibs pretty often, right? So what we see here is, if I was to pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool, then now why? Because the thing is, I want to know. Oh, I gotta change that. Man, this looks ugly. Let me just switch this up real quick. This is not how my thing usually looks. And I want to see the percentages. Man. This is why you got to make sure that extended lines. That's why you got to make sure that man, I don't even know how this goes. Oh, I got to make it on the right. That's why. Right. There you go. That's why you got to make sure like your charts look on point, because if they're not, anybody know what my SMA is? I think it's 20. Or my EMA is 20 and my SMA is 18. If I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I think it's like that. I don't know. Whatever. So that's why you always want to make sure your charts are on point. Because if they're not, it's just going to be so hard for you to do this because you're just going all over the place. Anyways, so when it comes to the DXY, we said a while ago that what was going to happen is you were going to see the fact that price was going to push all the way down to 38.2, and that's what it did. And then after that, it retraced. Being the fact that it retraced at 38.2 means the fact that there's probably going to be a very fast bullish movement after, being the fact that it's at 38.2. And that's what you see here. It's doing probably just a minor pullback based upon the H4 time frame. Are you kidding me? This version doesn't even allow you to go to H4. How do you use TradingView and you don't have an account? Like, how do you even use this? Can I go on a lower time frame with EUR? Anyways, you see that this is going to be a continuation of the uptrend, I think, right, based on what this is telling me. Can I go to a lower time frame here? Oh, thank God. Sheesh. All right. So what we see here is the fact that on the daily time frame, we see most likely a continuation of the downtrend, right? We see from point A to point B, price wick to 38.2. That's not enough. We need candles to close. We need bodies to close on here, right? And what we see is from point A to point B, price passed 38.2. And then from there, it made a continuation of the downtrend in a very bearish fashion. And then what we can be able to see here, if I was to go into a lower time frame, what we want to look at is specifically this region right here. We do see the SMA and EMA cross, which is good based upon that daily time frame. Let's go to the H4 time frame and see if we can be able to see anything. If I was to go from this bearish candle down to the bottom right here, we see that price gets to 23.6, which is continuation. If it decides to make a bearish candle, then that'll be cool. And you can be able to catch that continuation. Now, here's the thing, being the fact that price has moved so much from point A to point B all the way down here, it does have the right to push up to 38.2 at any point in time, and you're just really, really late. So SMA is 20. Now, Frank is one of the people that actually took my course, so that's why I believe him. Right? So, price pushed down already 300 pips, right? So, price has every right. Sorry, reverse that. Yeah, I was about to say, okay. All right, so. Boom. And boom. All right, thank you very much, brother. All right, so price is right now 23.6, which means a continuation of that downtrend. Like I said, being the fact that it pushed down already 300 pips, tells me that it does have every right to be able to actually, push up at any point in time. Now, what's really, really interesting is where it's doing that. Now, this is when I draw what we call supply and demand zones, because I want to know, okay, where may price, have some type of issues pushing through, and the last real supply and demand zone would be here. Being the fact that price went through there with no issue, tells me that this is a very strong bearish movement to the downside. Now, here's the thing. This is actually what I was mentioning to Gotti, my fiance, is this, that we see with the supply and demand zone, the way that you draw a supply and demand zone is from the previous candle's wick to the breakout candle's body and into the future. Price broke through it, right? With a very nice bearish candle, and then it had another candle that closed past it. Price retested that area, right? And then also what it did was it broke through it, retested that area again, hit this what is this, EMA level, which I use as a level of resistance in this case. I believe that it will continue its downwards push. Now, how long will it continue that downwards push? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised that you can be able to at least get to this low, 60 pips, but I would definitely be very, very cautious. Create a tight stop loss, being the fact that this has already pushed 300 pips and it hasn't created a lower high as of yet. The safest trade is to wait until this creates a true lower high, which would be when it actually gets to 38.2. Wait for a bearish candle based upon, let's say, the 30-minute time frame. And that bearish candle will look something like this, bearish engulfing pattern, which will look something like this, where it would be two bearish candles eating a bullish candle, or just one bearish candle eating a bullish candle, right? That's what you want to look for once that happens. Once price goes to 38.2, at some point in time, then wait till that. But for now, you could be able to get into some type of move to the downside. Honestly, I don't believe there'll be any issues getting into any move like that. Just make your risk, if anything, just above probably this candle right there. Being the fact that this is the last lower high based upon this H1 time frame, or if you want to make it really, really close, you can pivot to that one right there, and then continue its movement to the downside. I would definitely look at news to see if there's any news or anything like that, but there's no real definitive movement that I can be able to say about H4 right now, to tell you the truth. I mean, about EURUSD for now. The next region where it's going to have some issues passing through would be this one here, right? And that's why like I'm kind of excited about this one specifically because I do see bearish action for a while. I've been calling the fact that price is going to go to 1.12 for a long time now. And I think this is going to be the time. So you do have a lot of space to go bearish. But being the fact that it pulled up here and it pulled up here, 38.2 is here. A little bit of confluence based upon where this supply and demand zone stops at the top. But if anything, I think long term you should be good for the sells. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go to AUDUSD. I'm actually pretty excited to see this one and continue that downwards push. That is freaking awesome, man. That is like crazy. I actually got out when price consolidated at this point right here, because it consolidated at that point at one point in time, and then it just kept going. It's crazy. Let's see in the long past. Man, bro, like this is just so cool. This move right here. Who's still in AUDUSD on that sell? Let's look at the daily. If anybody. So the next time that it will probably start having issues is around this area right here. Right here. So this area right here is the next time. And it still has a long way to go to get to that area. Yeah, look at that, bro. From the last low, still has about 500 pips to get to that last low, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get to that area, which is so cool. So like you got a lot of space to get into the sell right here. Just know if it pulls up, which it has to at some point in time, not has to, but it may at some point in time, it's going to pull up slow. There's a lot of indecision right here when it came to like if this is still a sell or not, being the fact that this popped up here. But let's look at the H1 and see how this is going. Retest, continue, boom. H2. M30. Yep, held that level of support. This is what I was looking for. Like a level of resistance. How is it holding on this time frame right here? And as you can see, price got right here. Once we saw that bearish candle, another one and another one, people were like, oh, okay, let's keep it up. Right? So please sign up to continue. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, you need TradingView to trade, and you need to have an actual account. Look at this. It's going to kick me out. Look at this. Wow. That is so cool. I don't know what my login, and for some reason this login isn't working. Oh, fire. Okay, now we're in. Cool, so now we have that. All right, so now we're in. She has an account, I think. I don't even know if she has an account when I think about it. All right, so yeah, all I know is this is gonna be bearish for a while now. But being the fact that it's been bearish for so long, I don't know. And then also being the fact that DXY was having a small little pullback, that may be something to look at. Price got to 38.2 though. Being the fact that price got to 38.2, this could be a continuation of that sell right here. I don't know. If anything, you just make your risk right here, because if price passes that area, then at least you don't lose too much, right? Just above that, right? I don't know how many pips that is, probably 20. Oh, look at that. The risk is so small. So, I mean, you can do your thing. Just monitor this. I do see this being a continuous sell, though. All right. It may pull up a little bit, may not. The space between this SMA and EMA right here is very, very nice. I do see a continuation of the sell, though. And if it does start switching up, it will switch up very, very slowly. All right. GBPJPY. All right. Wow. Check out that gap right there. Just remember those gaps. So when it comes to GBPJPY, being the fact that it kept on pushing up, like this is so sweet. Like now we're at the top. Like if price decides to keep on pushing up, then I don't know. But if price decides to reverse, like this is like the perfect time. All right. 4. All right, so how much space? It has some space. So this is what's going to happen. Being the fact that these candles are still bullish, there's a gap here. What may happen is this. Let's go to the H4 time frame. It's not really, it's too cluttered. H2 time frame, still cluttered. I'm going to go to M30, see how it's forming. So I see boom, 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 and then straight up. Let's see, point A, and I'm going to make my point B that supply and demand zone area. I'm actually going to make it at the top. I'm predicting where price would probably stop. So what do we see? 38.2 is right where that gap is. Gap means where price closed on Friday is here. Where price opened on Sunday is up here. There's a gap right here, in between here. You see it? There's a gap in price. Most times that gets filled. It doesn't have to fill it, but most times it does get filled. Now, this is just a sticky situation when it comes to GJ, because the thing is, one, it's in a level of consolidation. It's in an area of consolidation on this daily time frame, as you can see here. 2, the last place that it was up in this region is over here. And then if we were to draw trend lines, which really don't matter, right? You'll see that this trend line forms like this. Price has broken that trend line tremendously, right? Price has definitely broken this trend line, and it's sitting right there. Now, another thing that's pretty interesting, if I was to put point A, let's say point B right here. Price didn't really get to 38.2. I wouldn't be surprised price would push down to 38.2, probably even 61.8, right? Or probably in between here. Probably right there. I'm just lining it up to this area, right? I don't know. But for now, it's pushing up. And it may continue to push up, which is pretty interesting. So I think this is just something to look at. Honestly, I just wouldn't trade GJ if I were you right now. I'm just going to look at this real quick. I just want to see what's going on with this one. I'm not going to say too much about it, but I just want to look at it real quick. 78.6, which is a weird number. I don't know. It's just strange to me, honestly. All right, we're going to look at USDJPY. This one is not as interesting. Continuing this bullish movement, we do see the fact that price has closed, actually closed where these wicks are. I'm going to put the supply and demand zone at that wick and put it into the future. Boom. And as you can see here, price is in there. Now, we don't see a bearish engulfing pattern on that daily as of yet, but it could be soon. Price is at 23.6, which means continuation of that market. There was a very nice push to the downside. Hopefully everybody caught that sell. That's a short-term sell. But I'll put it to you like this. If price decides to pass this last low right here, it is definitely broken structure. And if it breaks this area right here, which is at 113, I'll put it an easy number, 113.5. Price breaks that area and closes a candle on the 30-minute time frame, closes a candle on the 30-minute time frame, closes a candle on the 30-minute time frame, past this area, past this 113.5. Price decides to close a bearish candle past 113.5 on the 30-minute time frame, a full candle past it. I would look to set a take profit from here to here. Only 55 pips, but those 55 pips can probably be valuable. Now, once price gets 38.2, I don't know. It could continue to push up higher. And if it does continue to make higher highs and higher lows very, very quickly, because if it gets 38.2, it's going to move very fast. It would probably break the supply and demand zone, and then I would look for it. So this is the first push. If price decides to go here, it'll go to 38.2, maybe lower, I don't know. But then after that, I would see it going to negative 27%, maybe. But we would have to watch as opposed to just speculating. And then from there, probably even continuing 61.8, maybe, I don't know. But as you can see here, price is 1, 2, 3, 4. This area right here, which is pretty interesting. All right, so that's USDJPY, USDCAD. We saw that gap being filled. I don't know if you remember, I called that last week. Point A, point B. Price is at 61.8. This is, and also as you can see here, confluence with this EMA level right here, and that EMA is a level of resistance. So let's go down to the 30-minute. Let's look very, very closely. Price has boom, boom. This green line right here is 61.8, right? I would look for price to start making some bearish action pretty soon. As you can see, price was having an issue going through there, but then it continued. That doesn't really matter at all. I wouldn't be surprised Monday, tomorrow, price will start making some movement. Now, when it comes to UCAD, it's a strange one. It literally just continues. So if price decides to keep on going, whatever, right? But and if anything, you can continue going with the flow of this river right here. It's making higher highs and higher lows. You can just get in, right? But that's not really the best thing, because the thing is the actual flow of the river on the higher time frame is a downtrend. So I'll just look for the sells to pop up, but it's going to take some time, because for some reason the way that UCAD works is what we'll do is it'll push, and then when it starts to reverse, start to consolidate for a long time. once you see that start to form, something like this actually, right? Once you see that start to form a little higher, probably even right here, literally right now, then I'll start to look for sells. Now, I'll only want to sell once price has, if anything, not just past this area. I would want it to really pass this area, right? You can even make a sell stop, because if price passes this area right here, it's going down here, right? So this, and I said if price decides to pass this area right here, 30-minute closing candle or something like that, it's going back to the last low. This is about 125 pips, which is great, right? But then from there, where would be my take profit? My next take profit after that, I would look for my next take profit to be this area. So if price decides to, I moved it. Price decides to pass 1.29115. 1.29115. Price decides to pass that area. My first take profit would be at the last low at 1.27862. The next one would be 1.27147, and the next one after that, 1.26226. Man, before I got on here, I was on a different webinar, so I'm parched. So, let's look at Bitcoin. What's so interesting, you see how Bitcoin literally right now, it's actually been the most stable that it's like ever been. The range is, no, let's talk about the range right now. The range is literally so tiny. 300 pips, so tiny, this range, when it comes to Bitcoin at least. So as you can see here, there is pretty significant wedge forming, or a triangle, whatever you want to call it. I could care less about the name. All I know is that it's going to break out at some point in time. And when it breaks out, it's going to break out pretty like fast in a certain direction, because everybody's literally just waiting, and I wouldn't be surprised everybody's just holding their coins. And the people that, the big sharks, or whales they call them, they're just waiting to see where it's going to break out. Now here's the thing, it has just a couple days to break out, and there's this whole thing, I don't know, I shouldn't be bringing in that type of energy to this, but I don't know, I think it's pretty fun. So there's this eagle. What is it called? The eagle, right? Was it the eagle? No. It's Phoenix. This came out in 1988, I think. So there's this Phoenix, right, on top of this burning money stuff. And mind you, this came out in 1988, and it has a coin on it that says 2018, and it has 10 Phoenix. So what is Wednesday? Wednesday is October 10th, 2018, 10/10/18. I don't know. Let's see. So as you can see here, price is getting closer and closer to 10/10/18. And maybe that's when the breakout will happen. I don't know. But I don't know. I think this would be pretty fun. Wouldn't you guys agree? So I'll just do some research on what money is, and tell me what you get. Also do some research if you'd like on cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I actually want to look at XRP with you guys. These are things that I personally like to trade. Oh, that's the daily. I was about to say it pushed up so hard. I was like, yo, what is that? Oh, it did push up hard though. I've been in this for a good amount of time. So yeah. So I had sell limits, buy limits over here. So I'm pretty sure those caught, and then it pushed up hard, which I'm happy about. So, all right, guys. So hopefully you guys caught something. If not, let me know. If you did, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't write them in this portion right here. When I close out this particular this talk right now, you'll be able to actually write your comments on the actual thing itself, and you'll be able to have a what I'll call like a ticket in order to be able to win the one-on-one that I'm going to be giving on the next month. And from there, once I actually figure out how to have you guys see my face again, from there, really appreciate your time. Believe me, I appreciate you guys coming on here. I actually came up with a slogan for myself, at least, but I could be able to tailor it to this. So everyone who believes will come to us to build their dream. That may not make any sense to you, but it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm just really, really excited to be able to actually serve the people who believe for a better life for themselves and for their family and for the generations to come. So my goal is to be able to serve those people with that mindset. So I greatly appreciate your time, guys. See you on the next chart breakdown on Wednesday, 9 p.m. to be like a recap of this one. The next time that I'll actually be on will be Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be doing session 1. What session 1 is going to be the basics, not all this fancy stuff, but the basics. Through those basics, you will be able to learn, the basics of Forex. Right after that, I'll be doing what I call session number 2. And session number 2 is going to be a very simple way that you can be able to actually get into some trades for yourself without having to be able to depend on anybody else. You'll be able to do it for yourself. All right, so that'll be Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the start. All right, guys, so I really appreciate your time, and see you soon. Let's get it. Write those comments.